Well, there we are. Looks like I'm live. Oh yeah, unsupported resolution. Well, it's having a little technical difficulties at the top, but it says I'm alive, so I'll just leave that alone. I've had this happen before, and then suddenly goes away. No, I don't have a poor resolution. I think we have a glitch is all. Okay, I refreshed it. I'm gonna leave it alone. That's just the way it goes. But yeah, you see, I gave it a name. Rewarded for bad behavior. I want to get up here a little bit and talk about that. This is what we see going on in today's society. All over the place when you really think about it. But I want to specifically focus in on genders and relationships and your television set. Okay, that's right. That brainwashing box. The programming that you've gotten from your movies and your sitcoms and your on and on, okay? You might even get some of this from your love romance books that the ladies like to read. That's right. But it's definitely programming. There's no doubt about it. Okay? Wanting rewarded for bad behavior. I'll give you an example. So, drama. That's right. Our day's new love, right? What people want to call love in today's society, drama. So they pick something, an issue over nothing. Or they don't even know what they're talking about, or they'll try to argue with you. I guess one of my favorite ones is with somebody with absolutely no experience telling somebody else how it is. Okay, and I can be sarcastic when this happens. Most people that know me know that I wear dentures, okay? Now, of course, I didn't always wear dentures. Of course, it's one of them situations where I become sarcastic. You're talking about a simple thing like going to the dentist and practicing what I didn't do so well of a job with my upbringing. Okay, of doing myself when I got to be an adult, and taking care of my teeth properly. That's why I wear dentures. See. So that's why it would be critically important to use floss and to brush after every meal. Okay, you might want to practice that if you don't want to be where I'm at. Okay, really. But the thing is something as simple as that. And you got somebody in your life that definitely needs teeth work. And you try to get them to go to a dentist, and they fight you, and they fight you, and they fight you. They're not going to the dentist. Nope, nope, nope. They're not going to the dentist, okay? Because they're scared of the dentist. So they got their bad teeth. You tell them, one day when you have a nice toothache, you get a really good toothache going, you won't be arguing about going to the dentist no more. You'll be on your way. When you want that pain to go away, you'll be on your way. Okay, and of course, then they take advice from other people. And they start telling me how it is when you go to a dentist. you know, and I start laughing because I have this person who's scared to go to the dentist telling me how it is when you go to a dentist. Who needs to go to a dentist that won't go to a dentist, that's scared to go to the dentist, telling me how it is when you go to a dentist. So, of course, I'm sarcastic son of a bitch sometimes. I turn around and I say, oh man, you're so correct. Of course, I was born with dentures. I've never been to a dentist in my life. I was born with dentures. Not. Okay, but that's the sarcasm coming out of me when I'm busy being told something by somebody that don't have the experience, that hasn't walked in my shoes. Okay, so I get to be that way sometimes. But rewarded for bad behavior, and this is something, man, I've seen this so many times. I was talking about your television set and I was talking about drama. So I'll get back to that. So you got the simple-minded drama makers, drama makers. We have it in both genders in today's society. It's if it's not pornography that's replaced love, it's drama. The two things we all know that's replaced love in today's society, right? And so they pick drama with you over something as simple as I like to use spilt milk or cookie crumbs or something stupid, because most of the time this is what drama's always over, is something completely stupid. Okay? And so, needless to say, I'm going to give you an example because I've lived it, I've walked it, I've experienced it, and it's no fun. I hate drama. I hate it with a passion. I really do. But even myself, hating it as much as I do, and even my son hates drama. I don't live in a house that's filled full of drama. Though I can direct you to a house that we like to call the drama house. If you're one of them people that loves drama, this is where you should hang out. You can scream and yell and cuss at each other all day long, all you want, over nothing. You can treat each other lower than turd on the ground, excuse my language. Okay, and you can be happy if that's what makes you happy. I've often thought about getting them people in that house a gun for Christmas. Not seriously, but I had that thought go through my head. Knowing how much they fight every day at that house, how much they scream and yell at each other, and how mad they get at each other because it's the new love, right? But then I often thought that would be sort of setting them up, wouldn't it? Put a gun in the house that they all know is there. See if one of them don't go to jail for murder because they were making love with a gun. Okay, so Okay, now through sarcasm, I'll go back to what I was saying. But I hate drama with a passion. And I can tell you from my experiences in my life, like with my son's mother, she would start drama over nothing. We would be at the beginning of the day. Now, of course, this is towards the end of when I said up years bye, adios, goodbye, and all that stuff. But she would literally start drama over nothing. Then she would tell me, I need to figure out a way to solve the problem. If there wasn't a problem, she was the one with the issue. But I really wanted the drama to stop and it was over. I'm telling you, it was over trivial shit that shouldn't even be drama. But anyhow, so you come up with an idea just to shut her up, make her happy, right? Wrong. That don't work neither. No, it was an absolute terrible idea. So she tells you, no, 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 and starts keeping going. Well, it's another idea. So you give her another idea. But I have the sarcasm in me. When I reach 3, it's over with. It's like a baseball game. When I reach 3, you're out. Okay, so I gave her another idea, and just like normal, she got out that gun and she shot that idea right on down. Immediately, no hesitation, she shot that idea right out of the air and screamed and yelled and drama, drama, drama at me to give her a solution. So I gave her a solution, right? Yes, I did. I gave her a solution, my third and last idea. And as always, she shot that right out of the air too. Oh, yes, immediately. So then I told her, Now it's up to you to fix the problem. I've already given you 3 ideas that you shot out of the air. I'm not fighting with you no more. I'm not arguing with you no more. I'm going quiet now. Oh, she hates that one. I gave her the silent treatment. She did everything she could to provoke me. And I'm not joking you. She did everything she could think of to provoke me. And I ignored her. And I ignored her. She was the plague. You understand? You're ignoring the plague. Okay? And this is how I stopped the drama that day after 5 hours of nonstop BS. And I went on with my day ignoring her on my day off. I wished I was at work, okay? That's where I really wished I wanted to be. I wanted to be back at work. Because if I'd been at work, I wouldn't be there and I wouldn't be putting up with this BS, okay? Right? Right. So, and needless to say, now it's like 10:30, 11 at night, getting ready to go to bed. And she's treated me like dirt all day long. Even when I gave her the silent treatment, the plague, she still fucking had sarcastic comments, treated me like dirt, treated me like dirt. Now, it was time to make love. That's right. In her mind. It was time to make love to make up. That we needed to make up by going in there and making love. So hold on, let's get this right. You mean you think that you can create drama? You can treat me lower than a turd on the ground? No lie, okay? And you can do this to me over and over all day long. And then I am supposed to say, oh, thank you for the beautiful time. What? And make love to you. Of course, the first thought in your mind is, I wouldn't make love to you with my arch enemies. You know what? I wouldn't even consider putting him in you. Okay? Second thought is, if I had a knife, if you really want something to go in and out of you. Of course, I'm not serious, but you know, you treat somebody like complete dirt for hours on end, and then you think that they're going to make love to you to make up. So I finally says to her, look, you treated me like complete dirt all day long. There's no way in hell that I'm going there with you. And she looked at me and she says, well, that's how it's done on TV. Okay, that's the reason I told you this. No, this really happened. Okay, for real, this really happened. And so, yeah, I have a tendency of being an asshole sometimes, being sarcastic, saying things that are off the wall when they're telling me things that are off the wall. So, you know, and to me, see, that's like rewarding her for bad behavior. Now, I'm sure we have lots of simps, vaginas. I wished I was a man who would allow their woman to treat them like complete dirt over and over, humiliate them in front of everybody, their friends, just treat them like utter shit, and then turn around and say, okay, let's make up, and go right there, wouldn't they? I'm sure we do have some out there that have fallen for that illusion. But see, to me, that would be rewarding them for what they've done. So if you're going to reward them for what they're doing, then I hope you enjoyed that day and I hope you want many more like it. And if you did enjoy that day and you don't want many more like it, then you might really want to back up and think about that. Why would you go there? Why would you even feel like it? Why would you want to? Seriously. Okay, but see, we have this illusion in society. Thanks to, well, what can I say? My ex spelled it best. But that's how it's done on TV. There you go. She said it best, didn't she? She sure did. You know, I've witnessed this type of behavior many, many times. I've watched a female downgrade their husband, say things that should be kept between the two of them, say things to humiliate, to embarrass, to put down, to shame their husband or their boyfriend in front of all of their friends in the middle of a cookout, outside, out loud for the whole neighborhood to hear, and all of their friends that are at the cookout to hear. I have witnessed this with my own eyes more than one time in my life. Okay, and I would never ever myself put up with that shit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you how I really am, just so that you understand where I come from. Any woman who ever done that to me, it would be the last time they ever done it. I would not only rip them an ass in front of everybody after they'd done that to me, but I would pack their shit and put them out the door. Or I would take my shit and I would leave. It would be over with right there and then. I absolutely will not put up with that from nobody. Then we have the other. When they create drama with you and they treat you lower than dirt and they make your day miserable, okay? They make it so bad you'd rather be at work. I can remember times I lived on my job. I did remodels for years. I would stay on that job and keep working. I got there, I left at 7 in the morning and come home at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Come home, clean up, and go to bed. She hated me when I done that. I done that because I didn't want to be around her. I done that because I didn't want to walk through my door of my house and see that face. Because this is how bad it can get to be between two people. See, drama kills relationships. Drama creates killers. You know how to create your own killer? Yeah, it seems like our society's gotten really good at that, okay? Drama leads to domestic violence. Drama leads to jail. Drama leads to everything a person don't want, really. But yet, for some reason, that seems to be our new catch in today's society. People love drama. Don't understand it, other than they're out of their damn minds, okay? I can't go there. I just can't go there. When somebody wants drama, I do away with them. So that's the reason I gave Rewarded for Bad Behavior as the name of this live stream, because what I've experienced, one of the most funniest things that ever happened to me. It wasn't even a funny conversation, but it was with my ex. When she was out running around behind my back, and I knew she was, she would get stupid and tell on herself. Like one time I was at the computer cleaning out documents. And as I'm cleaning out the documents, I see a JPG. I said, that's a picture. The hell's who's deleting a picture, right? So I clicked on the JPG and opened it. And this picture of some guy I've never seen in my life popped up. About that time, my ex walked up behind me and started screaming at the top of her lungs at me. What the hell are you doing in my email? says, I'm not in your email. Well, you have to be, or you wouldn't be looking at that picture. And I'm like, no, I'm cleaning out documents, and this is something that was deleted. And I recognized JPG's picture, so I clicked on it. She got pissed off. Well, it's none of your business, right? Well, you know what this screams? Red flags. Red flags are flying everywhere, Bill. Yep. She's cheating again. Okay. So then pretty soon I said, so you got guys sending you pics in your email, huh? And she says, oh, it's somebody I know up in Sarasota, and we were in Florida at the time, up in Bradenton. And I says to her, oh, okay, you mean when you go to work every night up in Sarasota, so you've met somebody again that you're seeing. And then she looks at me and says, well, so I fucked up again and accidentally had sex. And I says, oh, you messed up and accidentally had sex. I about fell over. Laughter when she told me she accidentally had sex. Because I wanted to figure out how you accidentally do that. I don't know if you tripped and he tripped and you fell on each other, and on the way down something tore off your clothes and he landed on you and he was already erect and it just happened to land in the right spot, and if there was massive impact that caused him to go in and out. I mean, I'd really like to see that. Okay. I would love to see that accidental sex. But anyhow, needless to say, all because I cleaned out documents on the computer, I busted her cheating. And her naiveness, she told on herself. Okay. This is one of the things that led to me saying adios, goodbye. See, my son's mother, I'm the one that left her. She didn't leave me. I left her. Because of behavior. That's right. See, she had it all worked out that she could cheat behind my back and keep me. She wanted her cake and her icing too, and I wasn't supposed to be upset about that. I was supposed to accept that. Though, however, I could not have nobody by the side myself. That was a special privilege just for her. Until the day I told her I'm not with you no more. Then you should have seen her. She lost her mind. She flipped out. The drama was on. The screaming was on. The tears, the water faucets were open wide. And it grabbed its clothes and it stormed out the door and jumped in the vehicle and squid tires off, and didn't see it again for a couple of days as it went to a friend's house to whine and cry. To whine and cry and tell everybody I broke up with her. That I told her I'm not with her no more. Yes, I did. TFLers, you don't know how lucky you are. Okay? You really don't. No. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Call from no. Call from no. That's my answer. Okay? So, needless to say, you got to give me a second, be patient. I'm going to have interruptions here in the middle of a live stream. So just bear with me a minute. I'm going to take care of this problem. Before my phone rings again. Just bear with me a second. I hate to do this. But because of who it is, I'm taking care of it right now without talking on the phone. So it always works out, isn't it? You do something and there's interruptions, and sometimes I can blow them off, and sometimes you can't. Okay, you know how it is. Well, maybe you don't if you love TFL, right? That's what I thought was going to be said. So I'll tell you what, bear with me. Okay, bear with me. And I'll be right with you, and then I'll carry on with the live stream. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm back. Terrible when I'm in the middle of a live stream and this type of stuff happens. And I had to walk away and I had to take care of problems. So, but anyhow, I'm back. Took care of that problem. But yeah, I wanted to give the name because I think the name fits. Rewarding somebody for bad behavior. I've seen this so many times in my life. And sometimes it's not a gender issue. Not at all. I mean, let's think about it. It don't have to be a gender issue. Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Award when he was in office. So the guy escalates the war and lies to the public and escalates the war, killing more innocent people, and gets a Nobel Peace Award. Do you see what I'm talking about now? Okay, do you understand that? You gave somebody who escalated a war, who lied to the public, a peace award? So you're rewarded for bad behavior. And I'm sure that most of you can think of many different situations you've seen where people have been rewarded for bad behavior. Okay, you know, the other thing I can tell you is this. When it comes to the genders, okay, when it comes to the genders, you know, because I've experienced this.
Oh, so
Hold on a minute.
So she's off now.
Yeah, I'm
And
doing a live stream.
my glasses are in.
Okay, well, go get her.
Yeah, now I'm going to get my glasses.
Yeah, go to the bank. Go get your glasses, then go get Jason.
Fucking shit. I would figure she'd do that.
Yep. That's how it always goes, isn't it? Oh, I'm telling you. People have this lovely timing, man. You're doing this live stream, you know. You're live here for the public, and you know, just when you think you're okay to do it, you're getting to see the real life experience of what goes on, ain't you? Yes, sir. That was my brother, by the way. That's who you were hearing. Yes, sir. And remember the first interruption when I didn't tell you what was going on? That was concerning the first interruption. So now you get to see, Bill, I do have a life outside of the internet that sometimes keeps me busy, sometimes frustrates me, sometimes pisses me off. It's not mainly at the person who you just heard in the background, who would be my brother. Okay. Yeah. I don't think he realized I was doing a live stream because I left the live stream to deliver a message to him, came back in here, and then he came in, as you see. There's not much I can do about that. Sure isn't. You try to stay on topic here, but it's hard to do sometimes when you have interference. Yes, I do have a life outside of the internet. But anyhow, I guess that's over with now, so now I should be free with no more interruptions in this here live stream. At least now you hear live that I'm not the only one in this house. Okay, yes, it's my house, but I'm not the only one here. But anyhow, but rewarded for bad behavior, what I was going to say before I got interrupted. For anybody that's really had a life with their opposite gender, this should sound familiar to you. You do and 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 you do for your opposite gender. Then she does something for you. So an example will be in 1 year's time, you might have done 2,000 things for this female, and she done 2 things for you that she will remind you of for the rest of your life as she disregards everything you've done for her. What you've done for her don't count because you magically owe it to her because she has entitlement issues because we placed her on a pedestal from the time she was a child. And she grew up to be a narcissist. How many of you guys recognize this? Come on. If you're a true TFL, you probably don't recognize it and you don't realize how lucky you are to not recognize it. Because it could happen to you. It's happened to me. Oh, I know what you're talking about a hoarder. Oh my God, do I know. Oh my God, yes, 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 I know what you're saying. And guess what? She don't get enough either, neither does she. No, there's never enough, is there? One of the best females I ever dated in my life had that issue. Well, yeah, you got to realize, it could get worse. I don't know the female you're with, but it could get to the point where her materialistic world there that she's living in, her hoarding, that there junk could be more important than you. It could be tragic. It could be like a friend of my ex's who had 2 children, and she was so mad over trying to make sure her junk made it when she moved that she made a statement if that car broke down, she was going to take the stuff from the car and put it in that truck, and the kids would be left on the side of the road because her stuff will not stay behind. The kids will be left behind because I'm not losing my stuff. She literally made that statement. And I was like, what? You would dump your kids on the side of the road for your materialistic world? And she meant it too. She was dead serious. Okay. And I was like, wow. So then I came up with this illusion in my head about, wow, knick-knack falls off shelf, knick-knack breaks. We need to put an obituary in the newspaper and maybe put it on the news. Woman loses family member to tragic accident. Knick-knack blah 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 fell off shelf and died today. Will be tragically missed by this gal. Now, I know I'm being sarcastic again, but when I heard that's what she said with my own ears and watched her and knew she was dead serious about what she was saying, and she was placing her materialistic world over the top of her kids. And of course, her husband stood by and needlessly just put up with it. That's right. And then when she says do something, he jumps because he's got to reward her for whatever her behavior is because after all, it is a female, right? I don't play that game, I'll tell you what. It's like the old saying, they tell you that, well, the guy's going to do what she says because she'll cut him off. And he won't get any. And he don't want, so many guys fall for that crap. You know what happens if a woman tells me she's cutting me off? I cut her off. Except for I realized that I could go forever. She can't. I've lived TFL. I had the first 28 years of my life alone. I had a whole bunch of years in between time. And I got an imagination, by golly. It's called Mother Thumb and her four offsprings. See, so if the woman uses, she's cutting me off and I'm not getting any to control me, the end result is she got cut off now when she wants. She can't get because she got herself cut off because I won't go there with her. Then when she figures out what's really going on or gets an inkling, then I tell her, yeah, that's the way it is. Remember, you cut me off. That was a great idea you had because now I've cut you off. Too bad you wanted some and we're not doing it, huh? That's because you're cut off. It was your idea. Guess what? She never done it again. See, that's called standing up for yourself. That's called being strong enough to be a real man. How many men out here do you suppose would do what I done? How many men out here do you suppose would cut them off for sex if they have drama with you for nothing all day long and treat you lower than dirt and then tell you what my ex told me that, well, we need to make love now. I mean, I've treated you lower than dirt all day long. I know I shit all over you and treated you lower than dirt, okay? We had drama all day long because I wanted drama. She did, right? And I was looking for a way out, and then she wants to make love, and no, absolutely not. Okay, and then she says, well, but that's how it's done on TV. Okay, so there you go. I mean, how many of you guys would tell your woman if she fucking treated you like dirt all day long, and now she wanted to make up by going to the bed with you? How many of you would be man enough to say hell no? Because I would, and I have, and I do, on a regular basis. Even in today's society, in today's world with the person I'm currently with. When it decides it's drama time, then wants fun, it don't get no fun. Correct answer, don't get none. Cut off, end of story. Not doing. When you change your attitude, when you can learn how to get along, then we'll talk about that, okay? But if you think you're going to start drama with me and you're going to get by with it, you're not. See, that's probably the difference between me and I don't know how many men out there. And I lived TFL for a whole bunch of years and was rejected over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I know what you're talking about when you're living TFL. But I also know that you cannot bend down and just take it to be with a woman. I also know you're a human being just like I am. I don't believe in nobody should be putting their hands on nobody. I don't believe in that there's a boss in the house. When you hear the old saying, who wears the pants in the family? My answer to that is we run around naked. Nobody wears the pants in the family. How's that sound? Now, see, understand that. This is how I am in real life. So that you understand, I'm very honest. I come up here in video and I tell the truth. I don't bullshit nobody. I tell it just the way it is. I always have. You know, I've been told many times over, and this is one thing that I know that Steve Hoka was accurate about. Because Steve Hoka's experienced the same thing as me in real life by family members telling him, Steve, you're too honest. I've been told that so many times in my life, it ain't funny, that I was too honest. Too honest, even. And I'm like, so I'm too honest. So what? You mean so I'm supposed to have a tad bit of propaganda in me? What, you decided that for me? No. I would rather be too honest than a liar. Oh, yeah, I call you on Hangouts, huh? I've never done that. I normally don't use that method, okay, to bring people in. Okay, so, I normally don't do that, so, I'm not sure how that works. You're saying call you on Hangouts. Well, I would love to do that, but I don't know how that works. I normally, if I'm going to bring somebody in, I got another method I use. Okay? And I didn't come into this live stream using that method. Otherwise, I'd give you a phone number that don't go to my home phone, that I don't see your phone number, that would bring you live right into the, just like what Steve does when he sends me a thing. Okay? See, Steve has my email. Steve sends me an invite. And I go in my email, click on the invite, and that's how I go on with Steve. I've never done my live streams that way. Right now, I'm not using Zoom. If I was using Zoom right now in this live stream, I have a paid account. I could give you a 1-800 number and an ID number, and you could call and come right into the show. So I would suggest that you probably need to leave me an email. I got nothing against bringing people into my live stream that I know are real. Okay? Like myself. And I would be glad to bring you in, okay? I think it'd make the live stream interesting. I really do. But we're going to have to share email addresses one way or another. Okay? And then once I get your email, maybe on the next live stream you're around, then we can figure this out. And you may have to guide me through if you want to do it the other way. Otherwise, I'll just tell you, I'll give you an ID number and a phone number. And I'll just plan on using Zoom to come on live. And I'll come on live through Zoom. And you can just use your phone and make that phone call and enter the freaking ID number. And, well, you'll be here. That's how I do it. It's actually a lot easier than an email. But we'll have to have an email to get started, okay? So that's what I'll do. So I will put an email in here for you right at the end of this live stream, or I'll type it into the more underneath this live stream when it goes up. Keep your eyes open for it, okay? I'll give it to you. It's the same email Steve Hoka has. I see that. Hey, that works too. I can do that too. I'll save this, matter of fact, right now. And I'll drop you an email. How's that sound? Okay, I got this saved. I'll drop you an email after I do this live stream so that you'll have my email. I'm not showing your email because I think that should be private. Everybody don't need it. So, it says hide or show, and I'm not going to show it. So, but I've already saved it. So I thank you for that. I will send you an email. But, back on to what I was saying here. For anybody that's lived TFL, I really feel for you, but at the same time, I'm trying to help to make you strong enough to be able to move on with your life without thinking you have to have a woman in your life. Because having a woman in your life, even though I've lived TFL and I know exactly where you're at and what you're feeling and what you're going through, I've also know what it's like to be with somebody. I know what it's like to be treated like dirt. I know what it's like when they want drama. I know what it's like to see a woman go off the edge on an emotional tyrant. I've seen things and witnessed things in my life that I know there ain't no TFL or nobody out there that would want to have to go through. And I stay strong. And I don't put up with shit, okay? It don't make me a misogynist. It don't make me a woman hater. Though I've been called these things over the years. I've been told I'm a misogynist. I've been told I'm a woman hater. Okay, so and then you got, I get trolls that come in here and I don't even worry about these people. Okay, I've already removed 2 trolls from this live stream, whether you know it or not. And this is what happens to trolls when they come in here. Okay, because I don't deal with it by putting up with. But what I have to say about relationships is dead serious. Anybody that's ever lived at all and had a relationship with their opposite gender of any kind will tell you this is they're notorious. One of my things here is don't allow a woman the power over the top of you. Because women are notorious for when they do something for you as a man. Now, of course, you got to remember, I'm not speaking about all women, so I want to get that straight, okay? When I say women are notorious for, I'm talking about this is a true statement, but of course, it's not 100% across the board. It's not every single female in society. I have to say it that way because that is the truth, okay? But one of the things that females are notorious for is because of social engineering and gender roles and other vaginas placing women up on a pedestal over themselves, they become notorious for in a relationship that when they do something for the guy, they not only will use that, remind you of that for the next 20 years or the rest of your life, but they will literally use it as a weapon and lie to everybody and say how they've done for you and that you've done nothing for them. And even if you've done 2,000 things for this woman this year, and she's done 2 lousy things for you, her 2 lousy things comes over the top of your 2,000 because, see, you're a man and you owe it to her because she has self-entitlement issues, because she's been pampered and placed on a pedestal. And this is no lie. This is factual. This is exactly what women love to do. So I'm telling you right now, if a woman ever decides that she's done something for you and that's a weapon to her and she uses this as a weapon, and believe me, you will run into women who do this. You need to unload everything. Start unloading a whole list of things that you've done for her right in front of everybody. Now, you may piss her off. They say don't take your dirty laundry or air your dirty laundry. But it's the only way you're going to stop her because she's going to go out behind your back and she's going to tell everybody all the stuff that she done for you and how you've never done anything for her, as everything you've done becomes disregarded because you owed it to her, because she's magically has this hole between her legs and she's got this magical power that society says, gender roles say that you owe her, guys. See how social engineering works? See, what we created was a monster. This is why I'm telling you, do not place nobody. This is not a gender issue here. When it comes to children, we do not place either gender on a pedestal above the other. I don't care what anybody tells you. The girl's not more special than the boy, and the boy's not more special than the girl. When you do something for the girl, you do something for the boy, with the exception of birthdays. Okay, this is how you do it. You do something for both genders, you don't do it for one. If you can't do it for both, you don't do it for neither. You don't play favoritism, you punish equally. Do you follow what I'm telling you? You don't have to abuse to punish, but you cannot play favoritism to gender. When you do this, you're going to create a narcissist. You're going to create a nut job. You're going to create entitlement issues. You're going to mess this child up when they grow up, and they're going to believe they're owed it. And that's going to carry on, and they're going to treat other people like complete dirt. Okay, you know, and I know from living my life and experiencing what I've experienced and seeing and witnessing with my own eyes how corrupt our society is. And I'm not going there with people. You know, I'm just not going to do it. I don't play games with people, and I'm not going there with you. I don't play favoritism when it comes to women. I never have, never will. I'll put them in their spot as fast as they started. I hate drama, I despise drama, and I won't stay with somebody who continues to make drama. Even if I have to live TFL. I know, I lived TFL for a long time in my life. And then when I got somebody in my life, I was with that somebody for a long time. And since that time, I've dated several times in between, went for long periods of time with nobody in my life because I have a tendency to be very careful about what I'm picking up next. And even with what I have right now in my life, I won't put up with it. I just will not put up with it. And she crosses a certain line, she won't be here no more. She will be gone. Do you understand that? Okay, and it has nothing to do with being a woman hater. See, we have more man hatred than we do anything else. When you look around you in society, what you see is blatant, in your face, male bashing, man hating by men and women both. And a lot of times more so by men than women. Women like the male bash when they have alternative or motive or something in it for themselves. Okay, this is when women will male bash. Is when they have an alternative motive behind it. There's something in it for them. Or there's the scorned woman, that's right. Because I'll tell you what, she can dump all over you, and if you dump on top of her, you dump back, she gets mad. She can't handle what she dishes. You know this old saying. You know, I heard High Impact Flicks the other day. I was watching one of his videos. And I have said this statement so many times over the years. To do unto one that you want done unto yourself, and to not do unto somebody that you don't want done unto yourself. To recognize right from wrong. And do not treat somebody the way you would not want to be treated yourself. Okay? And I've said this so many times over the years. And High Impact Flicks, he said that. He said what I say. And he's got a big following, and he told his people in his video these very words that I've said so many times to people. You know, if you don't like being treated like dirt, you don't treat somebody else like dirt. It's as simple as that. You know, and I don't believe in there's game in the dating scene because another human being's emotions and feelings is not a game. I despised Player Supreme when he was alive, even though I did a video towards him when he passed away, with respect, because that is who I am. Because I don't wish harm or death on anybody. Okay? And Player Supreme was on my radio show years back. Yeah, I got him on my radio show. Player Supreme attacked me many times over the years. We had a battle back and forth there for a little while. Then I did what I do best: ignore, 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 ignore. I know how to ignore, 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 ignore. Because sometimes this is the best weapon you can ever have. Because the internet is filled full of nut jobs who get off on attention seeking. And you cannot give nut jobs tension seekers attention. They will go away and they will leave you alone when you take the attention away from them. So don't feed the trolls, would be a good saying. Don't feed into a nut job. Have your say so on if you see they're doing things that's off the wall, walk away. Don't acknowledge. Don't watch anything they're doing. And let other people show up, and other people show up and say stuff about that person. You blow off what they say. You don't give a crap. You cannot let people get under your skin on the internet. Believe me. If you let them get under your skin, you're your own worst enemy. Because you have to really think clearly about this. Do these people walk in your shoes? Do these people really know you? No, they don't. They don't know you. They don't know the first thing about you. They don't walk in your shoes in your life. They're here to try to get under your skin and cause you to suffer, to cause you grief, to cause you suffrage. We live in a world of evil people, sick people who get off on watching other people suffer because they have mental issues, is what it comes down to. Because there's nothing fun or no kind of entertainment that could ever be watching somebody else suffer without being a psychopath yourself. You have to be a nut job to get off on. Have your entertainment being watching somebody suffer. I don't want to see people suffer. I want to help people. I don't want to see TFLers killing themselves because they can't get a woman in their life when they have no idea what they're really not missing out on. They can make themselves happy. Then I'm happy because I'm trying to help them to be happy. Yes, that's correct. There's also really good people on here. See, don't be discouraged when I say the internet's full of, because there are good people out here. And there are people like myself that are real, that are on the internet who actually have care. But we're also dealing with people who show their real colors on the internet as well. But they don't show their face or their real name. And you know why they don't show their face and real name? Because they already know what they're doing is wrong. That's right. They clearly know what they're doing is wrong. So they're hiding behind their keyboard because they're cowards. I don't give no attention. That's the best thing you can do. It's absolutely give them no attention. But when it comes to your females, for the guys that have females in their lives, don't play into the power play. There is no boss in the house. Nobody wants to be enslaved to somebody else. Unless you're living in the bondage world, the BSD, and you're living that fantasy of dominant, submissive, and switch. Most of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about when I said that. See, in reality, there is a BDS world. There are people who live these lifestyles in the classification of alternative lifestyles. And if you get into your bigger cities, you will find that these communities really exist. And there are people that live these lifestyles. If you're living in that alternative lifestyle and you're living to the BDS world, Okay? That's your prerogative, that's your business, and I'm staying out of it and I won't judge you whatsoever. Okay? But overall, the majority of our society don't live an alternative lifestyle. The majority of our society actually lives a switch lifestyle. I say switch. Well, if you was in the BDS world, you'd understand. There's the dominant person, there's the submissive person, and then there's the switch. Every human being on the face of the earth, pretty much, is one or the other. The majority of our societies globally are made up of switches. And people don't even know that because that's not the sexual education you're ever taught. Now I'm going to drop the subject because I might be saying too much for simple-minded people to understand. Okay? But that would be the reality right there in your face. They think when they're looking at all this porn online and they see all this BDS stuff that it's just all actor role playing, don't realize that a lot of this stuff actually comes from them communities. Okay, from alternative lifestyles. Living in a committed relationship in today's society is next to instinct because nobody knows how to treat each other. Finding a date in today's society has almost become extinct because nobody knows what a date is anymore. And I hate to say it that way, but that would be the truth. What few people actually know what a date really is in today's society are outnumbered by thousands of ignorant people who have no idea. Oh, I'm totally with you on that one. Oh, no. You're probably right. You could never, ever bring up what I just talked about on a teaching job because you are 100% correct. You could not talk about that world in the true sexual education without losing your job. You're correct. That's probably why most people don't know that exists. But it really does. Okay? But you're correct. I stand with you on that. Okay? See, you understand that I have a little bit more life experience than people think I do. I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't come up here and spill BS to people. I come up here because I want to come up here because I want to help people. And my idea is to help people. I don't discriminate. I don't care if a person's gay because I understand a person didn't choose to be gay. But I also say they need to respect somebody else's rights. You don't go hitting on somebody that's not gay. End of story. I'm not against people for being people. Okay, but I am against people for dumping on other people. I am against the inappropriate behaviors in our society, and I do not reward somebody for inappropriate behavior. Because the only thing you do when you reward somebody for inappropriate behavior is you encourage them to continue to do it. That's really where that comes from. So I don't try to get into this, and I don't frequent a lot of the stuff that I've talked about here on this show. I'm aware of this stuff, and I know it's out there, and I've seen it out there, and I know it's out there, but then I've had a pretty colorful life of experience and been around people in my life with experience in areas that you would probably blow your mind. Okay? And because I've had a life full of experience in different areas, and I know what's going on in our world, and I can only tell you the majority of people in this world you're lied to from the time you're brought up to begin with, okay? And there is stuff that's never taught, okay, that's buried. That's the only reason I brought up the alternative lifestyle, to let you know there is other lifestyles out there that most people don't even know about. Oh, there's a whole bunch that do. Believe me, worldwide there really is. But the majority of the average people don't know about it, okay? For real. Okay? They just don't know about it. And I don't go advertising it neither because it's not something to be advertising as far as I'm concerned. It's a person's personal choice what they choose to do with their life. It's not for me to judge them as long as they're not hurting other people. If you're bringing no harm on anybody else, then you need to be left alone. That is the way I feel about that. What I want to see is men and women eventually be able to come back together again, and I think that's just a fantasy in my head because there's so much corruption and so much disinfluence, so much division. I don't know how we're going to do it. I really don't. You can't get guys to stand together. Women do a better job of standing together than men do. Men would rather throw each other under the bus for the attention of some damn female. In a world where everybody's corrupt and selfish and all about themselves, and people are dumping all over the top of each other, I just, it's disgusting. But I don't think I'm going to stay on this live stream much longer, but I will send you an email. Okay, so be looking for an email from me. And then I will get some information together from my Zoom, and I will put it in an email to you, okay? I'll drop you a line after the live stream, a short note, just so you know I got your email, and you can acknowledge it so I know I got the right email. And then tomorrow I'll put some information together for you for Zoom so that you can access or come into a live stream with me if you choose to. Okay? And that'll help you out. You can come into a live stream, and I'll just be sure and use Zoom the next time I do a live stream. So that if you want to come in, you can just pick up your phone and come in, okay? Just let me know you're doing it ahead of time. Because I can shut off the ID number I'm sending you so nobody can come in at all. But I'm not going to do that. I use it for that reason so people can come in. So, but with that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. I think I've said what I wanted to say today. But I did want to do this because I don't reward people for bad behavior, and you shouldn't either. Don't matter what the gender is. If they're representing bad behavior, you don't reward them for their bad behavior. Okay? And stand up for yourself, guys. It don't make you a woman hater, but stand up, be strong, and don't play games with nobody. Don't take people's shit. You don't have to, you shouldn't have to, and you shouldn't. I'm not talking about abusing people. I'm not talking about going and punching somebody because you're mad. Control yourselves. Just don't put up with stuff, okay? You want respect, you got to earn respect. And when you stand up for yourself, you will earn respect. And when you do this, the people that are like-minded, you'll meet the right people this way. Because you're not going to meet the right people by just putting up with everybody's crap. But anyhow, I'm going to get on out of here, and you all have a good one.